Good afternoon. Right, the last part of Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, the Christmas version. We're allowed to do freelance, do whatever we like, basically. So, I've had this Sew Yourself a Gingerbread Man kit forever. It came in Prima magazine, and I think it was years ago. I might have even picked it up in a charity shop. I can't remember. Now, obviously, you get 4 because you're meant to make stuffed men, but I'm not going to do that. So I thought that would be a cracking last one for my others, these ones. So, sorry, I've just had breakfast, excuse me. Just got back from the gym. Right, yeah. So it comes with all the bits and pieces, which is very handy. And it's all die cut. I don't know if you can see that. They're all die cut bits and bobs for his, you know, the icing parts. And then it comes with the bow and everything. So it should be fairly simple. Famous last words, of course. Right, so that's all the bits. I don't need those, so I can put those there. I just need one bow. That's the hanging ribbon. Don't need that. So, background wise, I've cut a piece of, I don't know, it was like a chair, you know, those chair back things. My nan used to have them. So it stopped all the grease off your hair going on the furniture, I presume. Yeah, so I've kind of cut the corner of that. I've got a piece of lace there. Is that the right size? Yeah, it's a little bit wonky donkey, but it's a little bit small, but that'll be fine. Another piece of lace here because I thought it just needed a bit more building up. And then I've got this, it's absolutely ancient hexy English paper piecing. I picked it up at somewhere, I don't know, car boot, charity, I can't remember. And I just thought those colours, if I just put on, you can see how old it is by the difference in the colour underneath and on top. So I was thinking, and I was just playing around with this, and I thought, stick the camera on because you haven't filmed any of this. So I'm thinking that there, and then maybe my gingerbread man sat there. And then I thought about just some really simple, cut from creamy coloured cotton, which has got kind of like a little snowflakey pattern on. Put those there for a little set of Christmas trees. I don't know. What do you think? It's right now. That'll do. That will do nicely. So I'm going to take all that off now. And I need to cut this piece here. So I've got my template square. Let's go about there. I think I'm going to miss the lace. Anyway, I hope you're all well. It is absolutely freezing here. I had to turn my heating off because I've got a smart meter. If you're in the States, you don't know what, but you might not know what they are. Boy, I don't know, you might. I don't know whether you have them over there. But basically it tells you how much you're spending every day. And mine told me I spent £4.50 with gas and electricity the other day. And I thought, yeah, I can't afford that. So it went off. So if there's adverts on this one, I do apologise, but I need the money. Oh, it's hard times, mate. Hard times. Now, actually, I might put it in there so that we can still see the lace. That looks nicer. Yeah, you don't get a lot from YouTube, but sometimes it helps. I'm going to put him... Yeah, he can just sit up there, can't he? Yeah, that looks nicer, actually, with the lace there, doesn't it? And then we'll just put these little trees on here. Okay, sorted. So first of all, I think I need to get the background done, don't I? As usual, I've got nothing ready. Oh, I pulled out some beads because I might put these on as baubles on the little trees. I don't know. See how we go. So yeah, as I say, it is absolutely freezing this morning, and I put on my windscreen wipers, and they were so frozen. Well, I defrosted the car and I put on windscreen wipers to clear the last of the ice off, and they'd obviously frozen to the windscreen, so it just shredded all the rubber off the wiper blades. So I had to replace those this morning. So that was all good fun. So it never rains, but it blooming pours, doesn't it? So yeah, fun times. Not. You know, that might be quite nice. This is an Anchor. What are you? Purday cotton. It's a bit chunky actually. Might be quite nice for round gingerbread man though. Where is he? I'm sorry about the lighting. I'm hoping it's bright enough. I think we're predicted snow, so yeah, because you know that makes everybody happy. I hate snow. Oh, trouble is Devon. We can't. Well, Devon itself, we're just not used to it, and the local, you know, I mean, they salt the roads and everything, but people around here, they just haven't got a blooming clue how to drive in the snow, and you get stuck behind somebody who's like, ooh, panic mode, and it's like they just block the whole road, and you just keep moving, just slowly, just keep moving, don't stop. Anyway, that's my rant over and done with today. I'm going to do that one, although hang on, let me think, because I want to do quite visible stitching that will show up. I'm just wondering about, or have I got a colour that is close to Mr. Gingerbread there? No. Stay there. Just remembered, I've got this wonderful box of wonderfulness from Paula. I wonder if there's anything in there. Yeah, I never need to buy any more embroidery silks, as you can see. This was such an amazing, amazing, generous gift. It was, I was stunned when it all arrived, I'll be completely honest with you. Orange might be quite nice, actually. It's running out of room. Okay, not the orange. Let's just see what else we had in here. So thank you, Paula. It's the gift that keeps on giving, mate. Thank you very, very much. Because everything... Oh, there's a cracking... Is that gingerbready? It's quite orange. Yeah, I keep meaning to make up, you know, for starter crafters, if you like, to make up some giveaways, but I keep them in forgetting. Sorry, bear with me. Just go through the last bits and bobs here. Right, yeah. You know, I think one of those might do. Let's move this out of the way. I'm quite liking that. Although it's not very... I'm going with that one. Yeah. Right, oh yeah, I'll keep that one there for now. Right, I'll put that in my stash. Right, let's do some sewing, shall we? That's what we're here for. Right. I never get these things pulled properly. Oh. Mind you, if these are old, when did they start doing their you can pull it out and do it thing? I don't know. So yeah, as I say, it's Monday. It's been another crazy busy weekend, which is all good, but my filming schedules go completely haywire at the moment, so but never mind. I'm so glad. I was going to do Defemerember with 49 Dragonflies and Louise Heinzel, but I'm kind of really glad I didn't. So oh, before I forget, Susan, thank you. That is so lovely. I've got quite a few of your stitch cards now. It's beautiful. Thank you very much. Before I forget, it sits there on my desk looking at me, and it's fun. So yes, thank you for that. Came the other day. Our post is just a joke here in the UK at the moment, because you may or may not know, it's the post office have been on strike, and there's not a lot we can do because they are technically our only postal service. You can use couriers, but apparently they're just as bad at the moment. They are so inundated with parcels, and you know, I've had Etsy orders and I've had to tell people, you know, I don't know when it's going to get to you, but it's in the post. So yeah, it's really, really bad. They've absolutely crippled. I mean, at the time when we just don't need it, the UK economy is struggling enough. Just getting some pins. And yeah, they go and throw a postal strike, which is, I understand why they've done it, and you know, they feel that they need this huge pay rise, which, you know, I don't know what their situations are. That's up to them. But boy, are we feeling it. People moaning like hell, and I'm sorry, you know, there's just nothing I can do. I really cannot do anything about, you know, I've posted it. That's it. Right. Okay, I think, as I say, I'm just going to do quite a simple running stitch here. Let's have a look, see what this colour looks like. Yeah, I'm trying to think, what did I get up to the weekend? So Friday morning, went for a big long walk with my youngest daughter and her giant dog. And then she texted on Saturday, or she said she fancied doing the same again Saturday. And I said, yeah, okay. So we went on another big walk. And we went to this woodland area, which, yeah, when I did the video with my eldest daughter with the Labradors, that woods, we went there because opposite, it's on quite a really busy road actually, but opposite where the pull-in for the woods are is a little Marks and Spencer's, and in that they've got a version of Costa. So I said to her, let's go there and I'll buy you a Costa-ish, Costa-esque type drink. So she's like, oh, okay. So she had hot chocolate and I had a latte, and it was all very nice. So yeah, it was a lovely long walk as well. And it was frosty, but by the time we got back to the car, we were both rather warm because Hades doesn't walk slowly, being such a big dog. So and he couldn't go off the lead. There was deer, squirrels. He'd just been gone. And the trouble is, he's got zero road sense. And with the speed of some of the cars that were coming down, it's not a dual carriageway, but it's almost as big as. And of course, they absolutely belt it down from the industrial estate to the next town. So yeah, he just wouldn't survive it, obviously. And it's her baby, you know, Lord only knows if something happened to that animal. So yeah, so that was that. So we had our coffee and then got home. What did I do Saturday afternoon? Oh, I don't know, can't remember. I've slept twice since then. And then oh, yesterday, my eldest daughter, mind you, I was really shocked actually. I woke up at 6:30 and put a toe out from under the covers. You know, I thought, oh, it's a bit cold. I'll get up in a minute and I'll have a shower. So the phone rang at 8:15, and my daughter said, do you want to come for a walk? And I was like, you've literally just woken me up. I went straight back to sleep. So yeah, so she said, oh, do you want to come? And I said, yeah, go on then. So she said, how long? I said, give me 20 minutes so I can have a quick cup of tea, wake myself up. I didn't get me shower. I had it last night instead. So yeah, so it was quite funny. And then we decided, oh, we'd go and try the car boot. Didn't actually expect it to be on, and it wasn't. So we ploughed on through to IKEA because she wanted some stuff basically. So yeah, so we just did that and then came home. So yeah, it's one of those weekends where it all just disappeared. So I say it's been so cold, bone chillingly. You know, I mean, I can handle the cold, but it's it's just hasn't risen above freezing for days now. So and of course, after the summer we had, we then get a hard winter, and it's yeah. So I've been chucking loads of seeds and nuts out for the birds, because those poor little things, I always feel sorry for them, but I know they're built for the weather and that, but yeah, my little heart goes out to them. So put some of those out for them. Did some weeding yesterday actually before she come and picked me up for the car boot. It was quite, it got because I'm really lucky, my garden's south facing, so if there is any sun it comes streaming in, and it actually got quite warm-ish. Well, you know, I think it was just above freezing, so that was warm. So I did a little bit of gardening, a bit of weeding actually, because I've put all my patio furniture away now for the winter. So although it's teak, I've sort of folded it all up, and it's a fold, obviously a folding set. Yeah, even though it is teak wood, I do like to sort of not cover it up, because I don't think teak likes being covered, but anyway, it's tidied up. Ow. And I weeded all the stones. Sorry, this is really thick because I've got the edges of the hexes, and although the fabric underneath isn't that thick, anyway, stop making excuses. So yeah, so I did that yesterday and had a really good housework session as well. It really needed it. Mackerel is losing so much fluff at the moment. You'd think she'd be keeping it on, but and she's feeling it as well, because she's been snuggling up to me at night, which that's not my cat. My cat doesn't do that. So it must be cold. So yeah, so it was quite nice to get it all done, and then I've got one more week of peace, and then my father will be down. I've told you before, it would be fine if only he would wear his blooming hearing aids, because you sit there shouting and it just gives me such a headache. So it could be a really quiet Christmas if he doesn't bring his hearing aids. Ugh, come on, go through. I'm going through the lace as well now, so this is really thick. So yeah, all that fun and games. Oh lordy. Quite good catching up with them this weekend, because we finally sorted out who's doing what for Christmas Day, because I've told you before, my daughter's hosting it, but we're all bringing the food and that. So yeah, we've made a final plan of who's doing what. So I'm doing the veg and the gammon. My eldest daughter is doing chicken and the roast potatoes, because we're not very keen on turkey basically. And my other daughter is doing the puddings, and the hostess, what's she doing? Pigs in blankets. Oh, stuffing. Oh, and Yorkshire puddings. I said to you, you're going to make your own? She went, no. It's your wimp. She went, Mum, they come out like pancakes if I do them. I was like, right, okay. So, good old Aunt Bessie's, I should imagine. I won't be having any because I can't stand them. So that'll be one thing not on my Christmas plate. So yeah. It's all good fun, busy times. Meant to be going into work next Wednesday because we're supposed to be having our little Christmas meal, which is all booked in, but I've said to him, if it snows, it ain't happening. I'm not chancing it in my little car. I have a really big hill to come up, and it's a long, big hill, and it goes up really high. And yeah, I've been stuck in snow once before, and the girl's father and I, before we had them, there's a down in Somerset more than Devon, Salisbury Plain, and when the weather hits there, I mean it really hits, and there's a really thick bit there. We were coming home from having been to London for the Christmas period, basically. So we were coming back to Plymouth, which is where we lived at the time, and obviously had to come across Salisbury Plain. There are other ways around, M5 and that, but we came that way. And the snow fell, and it kept on falling. And the next thing we knew, us and 4 other cars were stuck in a 6-foot snowdrift. It just literally fell out of the sky. About 3 hours later, luckily, well, in a weird way, luckily, we were by the army camp called Bulford Camp. The army came and dug us out because we just couldn't move. They put us up in a like a local hall. What would you call it? A community hall type thing. They put us up there for the night. We obviously got up the next morning, and we were still told by the police we couldn't travel because it was just too thick still. The army were on it trying to clear it, but yeah. And they said, you know, you're not going to be travelling anywhere. And of course, the girl's father in those days was in the Navy. And of course, he had to get back because they get classed as AWOL, basically. And he started to panic then. He's like, I've got to get back to Plymouth, you know, ship's sailing, blah, blah, blah. And the policeman said, yeah, you're not going anywhere, mate. So we then had to find our way to that police station for him to be able to ring the dockyard and let the ship know that, you know, the police have told him he's not allowed to travel. And they weren't very impressed. So, yeah. But they said, don't worry about it, you know, because apparently there was quite a few other people who got stuck as well. So you'd have thought that would be the end of it, but no, we got as far. Again, luckily, he had an auntie that lived near the army base. What the heck is going on here? And she very kindly put us up for the night. And then we got a phone call from the local police station because he had to tell the police wherever he was because obviously the Navy were chomping at the bit. And they rang his aunt's house and said, right, we've managed to open the road. You've got about 2-hour gap in the weather. And he's like, right, that's it. So we literally bundled straight into the car and drove as fast as, you know, conditions permitted back to Plymouth. Literally, he dumped the car because, we were... I think we were living actually in married quarters in Plymouth, and we were right on the dockyard. So I think he literally dumped the car. I said, right, just go. And he ran into the dockyard and got onto the ship. And they said, oh, don't worry about it. Go home and unpack because half the ship's crew had been stuck in this snowstorm. So all that panic. And I said to him, oh, my God. So anyway, yeah. So that was fun. But yeah, I mean, after being stuck in that kind of... And it was quite worrying because he had to keep getting out and digging out the exhaust pipe because the snow was falling so fast that yeah, you just couldn't... Obviously you can't run the engine if the exhaust pipe's covered, so you had to keep diving out and uncovering that. And again, another bit of fortune or fortitude. my mum had been given a load of, what is going on with these needles? A load of second-hand clothes. And she said, do you want these? Go take them home and have a look through them. So luckily we had this big bag of clothes in the car. So there was jumpers and all sorts. So we were literally piling on the layers. And we were all right. I mean, you know, crikey, we're only in our 20s then, so you don't really have a fear, do you? So, yeah, so that was interesting. And then, you know, we lived in Scotland for a couple of years. So we kind of got used to the... Although it's nothing to what you guys get out in the States, I know that. But, you know, for us, I think if you're born into it, you don't take any notice of it, do you? You know, you just sort of, it's just the way it is. You put your snow chains on and away you go. But, you know, England rarely gets snow like that. Not the big stuff, you know. So, we just don't have the practice of dealing with extremes of weather. So there's a lot of waffle for you, wasn't it? So, well, you watched me struggle to get through the layers. Right, so just finish that off there. I have decided, I think, I'm just about to say I've decided what I'm going to do with these, but I'm just thinking, do I want to? I was thinking of doing a book. But my main worry is, when am I going to look at it? Am I going to look at it? What? I don't know. So I am going to stitch in between those bits, but oh, I don't know what I need to, because these trees are going to cover a lot, aren't they? Let's have a look. So anyway, I haven't got to work today. I had to start on. I was asked to start doing Monday afternoons, but my colleague messaged me and she said, don't worry, because it's civilised at the moment. So I was like, right. Luckily, because I got to go and pick up my Scarlet from school, because my daughter's partner, who normally collects her, has gone up to Wales. Now, personally, I wouldn't go to Wales when there's a threat of snow, because they nearly always get it. So, but anyway, so yes, so he can't pick her up. So I said, well, you're very lucky that I've been given the all clear from work. Yeah, I might just do, well, I don't know, because I'm going to be pinning that. I'm thinking it'll come away, but I think if I'm pinning, yeah, no. I've talked myself out of that one. Right, okay. So maybe I just put these trees on now. Don't know if I want them in a straight line. Let's just movie boogie that about a bit. Let me see how long I've been rambling on in your ears. I'm so sorry. Yeah, 28 minutes. What you like? Should I carry on? I might make a little bit. I might make it do for this one. I'll carry on filming, but I don't know. Let me know if you like the videos to be long or short, or you don't really care. But I sometimes get the impression that people don't really want the long ones, and they're kind of clicking through, which I don't know, it's all this blooming YouTube algorithm malarkey. I don't understand it personally, but you know, needs must, and the devil is driving. Right, let's put that one in there. I'll just pin these down, and then I'm going to let you go, and I'll start another video, and I shall carry on, because once it's done, it's done. So I hope you like it so far. Yeah, not much more I'll be honest, not much more to do, because these, I think they're sticky. I'm pretty sure they are sticky. Yeah, so yeah, won't need to do too much. Might just do some snowflakes around or something, I don't know. Right, okay, I'll stop here for now, and then I'll come back with another one tomorrow. Right, bye.